Good morning, everyone, or even good evening and good afternoon, because I see we have clients from different time zones. My name is Artur Kołacz. I'm a product manager in Alnor System Ventilation from Poland. We are a HVAC manufacturer. And today I would like to invite you all at our second digital meeting, second digital presentation about new products. And today I'm going to show you our new residential air handling unit. I see that people are still logging in, so I will give you just a few seconds to participate. Some technical issues. As I explained yesterday as well, we choose Zoom platform because of the bigger capacity. So we are a little bit outside this ESH digital platform, but I hope it suits you all. You can write me on chat, and if we will have time at the end, I will try to answer your questions from the chat box regarding, of course, the product we are talking about today. Okay, so I will carry on with the material, not to hold you too long. So I will try to share my screen and we can carry on. Okay, as I said, we are presenting today our new residential air handling unit of airflow capacity 250. Just you have a photo here and just a quick overview about the product. So the housing is made from EPP. We use counterflow PET plastic heat exchangers or enthalpy energy exchangers. The unit has an integrated preheater, of course, 2 EC fans for throwing the air into the unit. We use coarse 70% filters for filtration, and controls and automatic, which I will explain, of course, just in a minute. I will show you this as well. Just a quick overview about the unit. Standard features, of course, but some perks are also available. I will show you just now. Well, the main design idea was to produce a very low of height and a very low thin unit. So we managed to do it with only 24.2 centimeters, which we assume it's a good option for a low space when the unit is hidden in the suspended ceiling or behind a wall even. So the main design idea was to keep it very, very thin. Of course, preserving all the other functions like airflow and pressure drop and heat recovery. So this is the one of the features. What is unique, I think, in case of such residential units, that this one can be mounted, installed in 3 different positions. Right, so it's not such obvious a thing, because I'll show just in a minute why, but we designed it so that it can be mounted vertical, suspended like a standard version, the picture above, and it can be horizontally as well. So it depends on the place that you're trying to install, or the installer is trying to mount the unit. How you connect the ducts on the ducting, so you can choose different versions. And yeah, we thought it would be a good idea to give such an option for a user, for an installer, to choose on the side even, yeah, which version I want, how I want to suspend this unit. So 3 options available, and this is achieved due to 2 condensate drains. So the internal design of the unit allows the water, the condensate, I'm sorry, drain into different points. So if we use the vertical option, the condensate drain is here at the bottom, and if we use the vertical, and when we use the horizontal, another additional condensate drain is produced. So we can easily install it because, well, it's important, and the condensate always occurs on the heat exchanger, and it is a crucial thing to get rid of the water from the unit. So two condensate drains that allow 3 different mounting positions, which is quite good, I think. Another feature might be helpful for the installer, for the user, is a special frame which helps to, as you see in the slide, single-handed installation of air handling unit. Another thing is that it is very light because of the EPP materials used as the housing, so only 22 kilos, whole thing, weights. And I will show you on another slide how we imagine the installation could be done. I will play it. So this one is the horizontal. You simply use screws to mount it like this way, or here with a special frame. You put the frame to the ceiling, you hang the unit, and then you simply roll over it and attach it to the ceiling, which is, we imagine, very helpful. And the third option, also it can be done with the frame or without the frame as well, if you choose so. So here you see that all the options are available. Yeah, I can play it once again just to give you the glimpse. So the horizontal option, and now the condensate drain is at the bottom. The vertical one, the vertical one. On the suspending ceiling, single-handed, which is quite, we check it, is quite easy because of the low weight as well. And the third option, yeah, to mount it on a wall if possible. In this case, for example, the unit can be hidden behind a gypsum wall, for example, because it's only 24 centimeters. And then, as you can see, you have access to the filters from different sides as well. I will show you that also in a minute. So plentiful of options to install. Of course, filters are required in such units, first of all, to prevent the indoor air quality at a certain level. And second option is to, of course, protect the inside of the unit, the heat exchanger, the fans from dirt and pollution. We use core 70% filters, which are roughly something like old G4 classification, because currently we are using here in Europe a different norm for classification of air filters in ventilation. So, of course, as you can see, plated filter, which gives quite good, quite low pressure drop, yeah, on the unit, which is very important from the point of view of the unit, because changing a filter, this fabric of the filter might influence significantly the airflow of the unit. So we choose the filters very carefully. Both of them, of course, inside the unit when sold. And what was seen on the animation just now, that the access to the filters can be made from the two sides. So imagine the unit upside down, so it can be accessed from the top and from the side. Yeah. So depending on what position you choose to install the unit, which we also think might be helpful for the maintenance, yeah, for the end user when exploring the unit. Some features about the acoustic, yeah, so special airflow channels for the fans. We also put the supply fan upstream of the heat exchanger. It means that it blows the air to the heat exchanger, and therefore, additionally, the heat exchanger acts as an attenuator for the fan, so the output noise is a little bit lower in the supply duct. We also use a special grid for the fans, as you can see on the third picture, which also stabilize the airflow, and few decibels are erased from the total output. So some features for this. Also regarding the supply fan upstream, well, it prevents when the leakages, because there are always some small leakages, of course, it prevents the stale air to mix with the fresh air as well because of the pressure differences. So it's a good approach to put the fan in that position. Of course, the heart of the system needs to be installed, and a good control system is preferable. We have some PC boards also used in our current Premier series. Smart algorithm, yeah, for defrosting, for protection, for controlling the fans, for controlling the sensors. It is all included, of course, in the unit. All communication between controller, sensors, and additional accessories is radio frequency, so it's wireless. It's another feature useful for the installer user. They do not have to worry about placing the control panel. They don't have to remember about the wire to put it from the attic or something like that. So it's all radio frequency. For now, we had no problems with the range, of course, inside a single family building. We can control the unit with demand control ventilation, so-called. So through the sensors, the CO2 level and relative humidity level for smooth control of the unit. It means that when using a CO2 sensor, the unit is proportionally changing the speed of the fans to maintain a certain level of CO2, which is also energy efficient because we don't have to blow at maximum or at the set value, but it adjusts, yeah, accordingly in time. What's new, and we are quite fond of it, is to present the constant flow in our units. So we measure the pressure inside the ventilation unit, around the fan and in the chambers, and therefore we can control automatically and we can set the constant flow. So for example, if we set a flow of about 150 meters, the unit is going to control and on the constant flow, yeah. So therefore will not change. This happens when can it change? It can happen when the filter gets dirty, of course. So I would say from the day one we start using the ventilation unit, the filter is getting dirty. So every day and so on, the pressure drop rises on the filter, and the unit adjusts the fan speed just to maintain the constant flow. And of course, mobile applications are available as well for Android and iOS to control the unit from your smartphone, from your PC, for example, through a web browser, because this is something that is interesting for the users and makes it easier, right? An overview about different controllers and sensors. On the left, you can see relative humidity sensor, CO2 sensor, and new one, CO2 sensor mounted, flash mounted inside the wall. This is, maybe I can annotate. Oh, this is this one. The same functionality as the CO2 mounted on the wall, but put in the box. This is a good option to control, as I said, demand control for ventilation. So I would say this such sensor can tell whether there are people or not in the room because of the CO2 level, and can accordingly adjust the airflow for the unit within a certain range that is programmed in the PCB. This one is a gate for internet connection. So when connecting this one, it also communicates wirelessly with the unit, so you can place it anywhere in the house. And then you can use an app, yeah, for controlling the basic functionality of the unit. Here on the right, we have standard controllers. The idea is to let the user just simply choose from 1 to 3 options, yeah, programmed in the unit, and to simplify the usage of the ventilation unit. Of course, if, for example, we and also this one is the timer mode, just a high speed for certain amount of time. In case of auto, as you can see here, if we equip our system in one of the sensors, then we can choose the auto mode from this one. We can choose the auto mode from this one as well. Yeah, here we have even 2 modes of auto. So then I will tell my unit to work automatically, of course. And here, I just made a lot of notes on this one. And here you have the more complex controller with an LCD display. And here you can change some settings, yeah, of the units. So for for users that want to manipulate with the unit, here you can choose the speeds. You can program the speed. You can always choose the speeds, but here you can program the speeds as well, make some additional readouts, so a more complex unit. So this is how the control looks for the SlimAIR unit. Okay, I'm finished with the annotations. Just a general summarize. Of course, energy label. As you can see, A+. A+ is achieved with when adding additional sensors. So it's the best case. In standard case, without any sensor, it still is an A class for the unit. And at low speed, we measured only 14 watts of power consumption, which is quite good, I think, and quite low. The maximum power consumption for the whole unit is 91 watts, which is also quite low for such a unit. Some data, of course, about the heat recovery efficiency, about the maximum and the efficiency at the working point. Of course, we give the value for airflow at 100 pascals. So we assume some pressure drop over the system. And as I said, oh, it's almost 30 kilos. Okay, I just said 20 something, it's 29 kilos, which is still quite a low amount of weight. So just to summarize this unit, of course, if you are interested in, we can send you the more detailed technical data for the SlimAIR 250. Of course, we remember that we still have also the standing one, the PremAir series, also from APP, very similar in design, also different heat exchangers inside, and the wireless automatic for controlling. To add up to the EPP family of our residential units, oh, I just have some auto sliding. We have also the EPP thermal ducting and the one that I spoke yesterday. So the plenum boxes from APP as well introduced recently to our offer. Okay, thank you very much. That was quite all. Please contact me if you have any further questions about the residential air handling unit, this one or other from our offer. I will just have a quick glance at the question box, whether do we have any questions. Okay, the questions, we have seen HEPA filters, some units. Does Alnor have HEPAs? Well, we don't go such high when we are talking about filtering, because HEPA filters are very high class of filtering. well, in this case, we recommend to use some external filter, but always check the pressure drop on the filter and check it with the pressure drop chart in the unit, so it is strong enough to push the air through such a filter, because the pressure drops are quite high on HEPA filters. Of course, this is something I didn't say, but we can exchange the standard ISO-COS filter for EPM1 55%. So this is something like the old F7 filter, more or less, because it's not comparable one-to-one, but it's still below, I would say, the HEPA classification. Well, of course, using such filter required some changes in the design, and the ventilators, fans should be stronger. The noise will be bigger. The unit will be bigger. I think that it is something to consider wisely if you want to use such filter in a residential ventilation air handling unit. Of course, if there are some on the market, that probably they think about it, thought about it. Yes, quite true. Okay, I think that's the only question regarding the ventilation units. If something comes to your mind later, please contact me. I will be glad to answer you, because, well, this is my field of specialization here at Alnor. Okay, so I think we're quite done. I'm looking at some chat. Oh, I have some other questions. If you will just bear a little with me. Yeah, would it be possible to send data sheet? Yes, and for the new plan boxes which we present yesterday, of course. We have your emails from the registration. I will take in mind that you asked me about it, Mr. Miloslav, so no problem. Of course, we can deliver the data sheet. I didn't show the date, but we are launching this unit at the end of April, at the beginning of May. So let's say in May, so just a few more weeks to finish all the necessary data. And I think the data sheets will be ready much sooner. And as soon as we are ready with it, we can deliver you. Okay. Yes, some other question for the data sheet. Of course, because it's important, yeah, to look at the parameters of the unit. So yes, we'll send you data to all the participants, probably, just to be sure. Okay, thank you very much. I won't take your time anymore. We finished just below time. Great. Have a nice digital ESH experience. Hope to see you soon. Bye.